Oh shit, that's right. Tomorrow, I didn't think about this. Tomorrow, guys, I finally get my new monitor stands. So I'll be able to take my two 27 inches that are on the sides here and turn them back fucking horizontal. This is going to be awesome. Tomorrow's going to be such a great, or actually later today, it's going to be such a great day. I'm going to have, this is going to be so badass.
Okay, so I'm going to post this link in your Discord right here. That way I'm not spamming your chat. Go check this out. Tell me when you're watching. And I'm going to show you the cave that you're in. This is the actual cave.
All right, you're live. Go.
Okay. I'm coming down to your little walk area and your little chest that you talk about.
Oh yeah, see, I ain't got elevators and shit.
Well, because all our crafting stations are up there. Everything that's important is in the air.
Well, no, that's cave. What I'm saying. I can't. I don't have the ability to build elevators.
Oh, you will be. But see that right there? That's the hole. They've already knocked it in once and stuff. Okay, lag. Come on, lag. Quit that game. Quit it. All right. The door here. Of course, we've had to repair it because of the raids. This is where you're building your little area.
Is that the big one that I have built, or is that the small one that I'm working on? This is the big one.
This is up there where you got the two, you call them your dogs, right?
Yeah. Okay. My outside puppies.
Yeah. They're out here. Okay, that's the corner. Your buddy, I think that if I ain't mistaken, right, he's up there on that hill right there.
Yeah, around to the right.
Yep. Right there. There's that, that's a throw wheel that's been blowed into as well, but you go down there and that other guy's down there on the hill. Apparently there's a sandstorm right now that I'm not seeing.
Yeah, you're not seeing it. It's hitting you though.
Yeah. But
I had that too. As soon as I popped in right after the reload, the sandstorm was invisible for me.
But to give you an idea, to build in these caves like that, you need to build in the top of it and then worry about anti-crave, because all these doors, I mean, that door frame right there, well, that one, I don't know if that's tier 2 or 1. They've already broke so many. But all the crafting station and living quarters are up there. There's another elevator you stick right here and you can get into the bedrooms.
So now what do you do if the elevator's all the way up? Like say somebody else took the elevator up, How do you...
Oh, so you've never used one, that's right. Okay, So if the elevator's up, like say we switch to switch right here, it leaves this lower post, right? And you can recall it.
Catch up.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying.
But isn't it weird watching yourself by being watched by somebody else?
Right. So it goes up, it leaves that landing, and then you have this little trigger.
Oh, okay. So you could hit that, and basically it's your call button.
Right, that's the call down. But
now an enemy can't use that though.
Okay, on this server here, it has rules. No, an enemy can. Elevators are used by anybody. Anybody can use them. There is no way to lock your elevator. But since you're on a public server, say you're done for the night, right? And this is your base, and you're done. So what you do is you go up in your elevator into your crafting area / where you're keeping all your stuff, right?
Right.
You just pick your elevator up, take it out, and then slap a door on your hole, the hole that your elevator makes going up in here. Okay, but in this case, this elevator's got a box, and what happens if...
So you could hold on. So you could pick the elevators up without destroying them?
Oh yeah, you can return it to inventory an elevator. Stuff like right here, you see how I can return it to my inventory? I'm not going to, because if I did, I gotta take the door off the hinges. It's a pain in the butt. So that's how you do it. And this base is plenty big to have everything. Like all your tanneries and stuff can be down in here. This is another hole in the cave. You close it in. You got different rooms. You got the other trapdoors. Like you can go down. You can see, shoot from here, arrows down there at them people. And this, of course, this was a slap together PvP base. This was all we did was fight. We didn't care about nothing, but we wanted a safe spot to keep things. Got another room here. Of course, reason why you don't see no blacksmith benches and stuff like that, because we got raided. And this box right here wasn't here, and they used the elevator to come up here and blow all the chests that was up here.
Is that where all the people are laying on the? Are those?
They're logged out.
Oh, so that. Oh, okay, so I did kill somebody.
Yeah, if they're like this unconscious, that's a lot. He's alive, but they're logged out and stuff. This is another group. Me and have you ever watched Nick's Gaming with Nick's? By chance, playing Conan? Well, this is our group base right here.
No, literally, like I said, 13 hours. I had watched it, or not watched it, but I had looked into it before it got released, and it wasn't until one of my buddies started playing that he was like, "Oh, dude, you need to play this."
I'm going to show you the other. I'm going to show you the other server that I was telling you about.
Oh, Speed Demon is telling. I think he's talking to you. Speed Demon, DC John, is saying that you want to try Grand Theft Auto Online. A few of us go on and have a good laugh. Wait a minute, you talking? Wait a minute, you talking to me, Jones? I don't play GTA Online anymore. That's a toxic fucking cesspool of shit. Horrible.
Put my headset
okay, so you can favorite. You can favorite servers.
Yes, you can. That's what the star is. I didn't favor this one yet because we ain't been on it but 2 days. 2 days. Keep that in mind. In 2 days, this is what we've gotten done. So, let it load. It's going to take a minute because it's a big build. But we've been inviting people to come play because it's RP. So it's RP PvP though. So we are going to be fighting. There is going to be conflicts and fights and stuff.
And I'm going to die a lot.
That's part of it. I don't know why it does this. Every time it loads in, it does a little lag at first. But there it is again.
Well, you're in Central. You need what, Texas?
This is what we've built in 2 days.
Waiting for it.
Yeah. I'm getting where you can see.
The hell you guys at?
Alright, once I get out.
So how many of you together all like put it all together, built it?
Right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of us right now, and we've been just recruiting people as we go. Kind of give you an idea. I'm tier 3 right now.
You're not far away from where I'm at.
No, you're in the desert. This is actually right south of New Asgard. This is called the Chaos Mouth.
Well, you have to open your map. I'm not sure.
I am. Devil's Squat is where we're at. I got the map open. It's just waiting to stream to catch up.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you on the map where you are. My mouse is going to be where you're at.
The cave that I wanted is the one that's up right on the edge of the ice. That's got the 3 legs to it.
Yeah, I'm going to scroll the map up and I'm going to show you how far you are from it. Where you see I am right there, and then once the map shows up, there it is.
Yeah, my buddy. Okay, right where you're circling around where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Go south down the river to the first little land bridge that you see on the map.
Right.
That little land bridge area. No, it's the real tiny one. Like right if you're looking on my stream, right where my mouse is. He actually built up the wall on both sides of that, and is using like the river and shit.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's the newbie zone. The reason why a lot of people don't build down there is because of the location from materials to build with, and a higher level NPCs like thralls and stuff like that. The gallon right here, the black gallon, that's where you can get a lot of your crafting thralls, but basically all your like fighter thralls, they all come from the volcano.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty big build, and we're just now getting started. And
right.
I'll take you to the other side and show you what we've done over there.
Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out, I was looking through the rules and stuff. So this would be considered the main build for the dancing guy. This would be considered the main build for the clan.
Yes. Okay. So looking at the rules, it says if you're a solo player, you can only have one castle, one base, is what they say.
Right.
Okay. If you look, if it's a multi-clan like what we are, players can have their own place. I think it says what, up to 4 bases or something like that.
It says you can. Hold on. It says for building. That's rating rules. Building rules. Building over resources. Blocking spawn. Nope, that's not it.
Okay, building rules. Here we go.
Limitations. Each clan may have up to 4 permanent structures.
Yep.
The clan's main base has no limitation on size. Each solo player will be limited to 1 permanent structure. Make a clan.
Right. They want you to. They're trying to. What they're saying is, if you want something nice, you better get with a group of people.
Right.
But we can have 4 bases. But the main base is unlimited. But I think if you look closely,
but if you're in a clan, that means you can't have your own personal base. There's 4 clan buildings.
Well, everybody. Okay, you've never been in a clan before, right?
No, I'm in a clan of 2 right now.
Okay, so who's the leader of that clan?
He is.
He owns your base. Just so you know, the person that is the clan leader is the sole proprietor. He's the owner of everything. If he booted you out, you lost everything you've ever built. Okay? Because the name of the clan is what keeps everything. That's the downfall with Conan. Because you can literally have your own base, have it already built, and if you join somebody else's clan, when you decide you don't want to be in it no more, you're locked out of your own place. You're done.
That's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, that's the jacked up part about Conan. All right, so just keep that in mind. It's probably new information you needed to know. If you ever join, that's why you see a lot of solo players. They are a lot of guild leaders and stuff. You got to trust the people you play with, because you put a lot of time in, and then they get tired of you, they just boot you out or something like that. Or the worst thing they can do is, like I've had happen to me before, is the player that's the leader decides, I don't want to play no more. I'm just going to disband the guild. Disbanding the guild, everything gets destroyed.
Yeah, it doesn't even get locked up. I was reading about that. If you're the last clan member of a clan and you aren't playing or whatever, and your character gets booted, the clan gets dissolved and everything that the clan owned is destroyed.
Right. Yeah. The leader has to transfer ownership to somebody, or everything just destroys.
And the name can't be changed?
Yeah, the name can be changed anytime. You can change the name on the fly.
Yeah. Okay. So what'd you say the name of this one was?
It's called the Mystic Wanderers. Let me look, make sure I got that right. It's right here. Oh yeah, the Mystic Wanderers. Oh,
I'm trying to remember what the hell the name of the Dewdrop Fairies. There we go. That's what we need to go with. You a Dresden fan?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, the Dresden books. He's a wizard. in Chicago that helps solve crimes with the Chicago PD. And there's this little fairy that he always like captures to try and get information from, named Toot Toot.
Oh
Well,
shit.
Toot Toot is a member of the Dewdrop Fairies. That's
Oh
the
wow.
name of like their race or whatever the hell you want to call them. And they're some vicious little shits. I made a
We're still
I made
making
a
up the lore of our deal as we go. It's like
I gotcha.
like I said, you got a bunch of non RP players playing on an RP server, so it's a new thing to a bunch
Oh,
of us.
okay. So I would actually kind of fit in then pretty well with like at least the whole RP side of it.
I tell you what, tonight was my first experience with a major RP. I had somebody come to our door, our locks. I'm upgrading stuff and blah blah. All of a sudden,
Right.
we put horns outside our doors, so if somebody wants to knock, they just toot the horn. I'll show you what that looks like too. So these guys come out here. They hit this horn. It's loud. You hear it anywhere in this area. Like if somebody honked the horn and I'm in the top of that tower, you hear it. Well, I come down, I open the door, and there's this lady, there's like female character there, Lady Snow. Starts full blown RPing. I'm like, oh god. So I just roll with it, right? And as we're talking and I show her around a little bit, 3 other people show up.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, dude. And it's not this. Nobody just attacks. Everything has to be RP throughout. You read the rules.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. So you ain't got to worry about getting jumped, right?
Right, because you can't have what's called RDM.
Right. Yeah. There's no KOS, no kill on sight stuff. There has to be a reason. It has to be played out. Well,
right.
And most of the people are just coming to admire this castle because actually it is pretty large. It's a large scale build, and I don't even know how to. I don't know if you've seen. You probably ain't seen nothing on public server this size.
No, I haven't really been able to walk around it either.
I missed. Oh well, I'm gonna back out here and go up this rock and kind of give you an idea. Like, this is a big building. Like, lag. What the world? Alright.
Looks like a giant penis.
Well, what we were going for was the
That's
damn.
I'm not even shitting you. The spire in the center looks like a giant dick.
Yeah, we were going for a wizard castle, which isn't done because it's still in construction. There's other pods on the other side.
Oh, you should have just took a picture of Mordor and went with that.
It's kind of hard to build it this big. Like, that's 40 stories high almost.
Can you go inside the spire and like does each?
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
Is there a floor on each?
Well, we're still working on that too. This is built in almost going over 20, like almost 48 hours now.
Yeah. See, now what would be my job coming in here? Just sweeping up the dust from you guys.
No. We're still building. Everybody's gonna get their own floor, and you can theme it out the way you want. I just started tiering 3 in this. This is all updated right here. The floors. The lower part is gonna be our dungeon.
Like but now, what level are you guys?
Oh, we're low level, but I mean, I just turned level 40.
Because I'm like, I don't know, maybe level 18 or 19 or something like that.
You'll level fast. It's 2 times. You're at 1 time speed where you're at right now. This is 2 times speed. This is another floor. I'm going up them as I showing you. These are hollow still. Because
now, what's the difference? How do you get the difference between a 1 time and a 2 times?
That's because this is a private server that has custom. You can alter that stuff. Yes, and stuff. I'm trying to make my way to the top. Kind of give you an idea. These are going to be floors. See where these stairs are. You'll see when the stream catch up. There are going to be floors in here, but we have to upgrade the columns and stuff before we add the floors. You have to upgrade it in sections. Like right here, this is our Yogg pit. The Yogg pit is going to be there's five altars here. In the RP world, there's people that worship one altar, like one god, like Yogg or
Right.
Mitra or whatever. But since we're Mystic Wonder and our clan's based off magic that has lost their magic, we have all the altars and in search of our magic or whatever. The lore is kind of crazy. Like now I'm up on top, and there's still that much more to
Well,
go.
and to be honest with you, you go take out even farther. If you're talking about a group of magical individuals, they might actually worship all of them.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you have different
Yeah,
disciplines within the
not
magic
everybody
realm.
in our group is going to be from the same origin. Like we
Right.
have people from say Catan, and then from people from different areas throughout Conan, right? And like right
I can
now,
already tell you, I'm coming from ice. I that's just my thing. Vikings, love Vikings. Nordic, Norsemen, love them.
that's where we're at
That's
too.
where I'd
They're
be
at the
coming
north.
from.
You'd be right at home because that's this area is actually the Normheimer.
Yep.
But this is basically it. And like I said,
Don't
there's
jump.
a floor above that.
Don't jump.
Oh, jumping? Ain't no big deal. Gotta be a ninja. I've gone up and down this thing 100 times.
That's it. Papa would need like another 1,050 just to maybe not die.
I'll tell you what, that's got to be rough on the manicure.
Right. But this is a crank. This is what. If you look at this right here, I'll show you when it catches up. This is a honeycomb column because this is very vital to the build. If this ever comes under attack, it's like say they use a catapult, right? And they start hitting this building, they knock a hole in it, but they're hitting this center column. You look how these columns are built. Underneath those ceiling tiles, and behind this wall is more columns that go all the way through this whole building. There's 800. Well, let's see. There's 1, 2, 7, 8. There's about 800 HP hit points in one of these columns. And it's multi-layered, so if they ever bust half of it, it would still hold the building up.
So if they take out the center column, the whole building is going to collapse.
The center section would, absolutely. It's built off that column. When you build these round structures like you've been practicing with and your stuff, when you get okay, make you a repair hammer and take your repair hammer and start aiming it at stuff. Like I don't have one here. Let me grab the one out of the vault. I'll show you so you understand because you're new to the game. Let me see if we got one.
So now how is it? I'm trying to figure out how you had so many of the floor tiles up and the only thing that was in the support was in the middle.
It's because of how it's supported. All right. See, this is a repair hammer. You can bake it. They're cheap. Right. They're cheap. I'm going over things. See the stability number go up and down? 80. This drawbridge doesn't have. Okay, stability. You see how it shows hammer marks down there? That's what needs to be repaired, probably from us hitting something or whatever. But it's 100% stability right here. Come out here is 80. Come out here is 60. Get over here 80, back to 100. Okay, in Conan, stability does matter on building. The higher you go up, and anywhere a door frame is, these door frames, anything above it is weak. It's never going to be 100% above that door frame. Like if I come over here and go up above it, like I can't. I'll have to go floor up, show you. But this is how you get your stability and how you can build big like this. Like 40%. Like over that right there is a 20%. It's really weak. And stuff 40, 60 back to 100 because of these columns that run straight to the building. Granted, that's sandstone up there because I've been upgrading today. I just started. But I'm working my way up. And then once these are done and all encapsulated in walls, then I'll upgrade the floor, and then close it in, and then see if you notice how we mocked it up. This right here goes up to this tier with this tier. See how that tabs out right there? Because that's a floor. This whole thing's closed in, sectioned off. Go up, floor, closed in, section off. This one might be a short floor. We haven't decided yet, but more than likely it's going to be this one here. This will be that floor. And you just keep going, and as you go, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
Huh.
That way, if you take a brutal impact from like Trebfire, because Trebfire is pretty nasty in the way it's set up.
Wouldn't it be more prudent and beneficial to, instead of doing like how you guys did it, where you just shot everything straight up into the sky and then went back and reinforced it? Wouldn't it be better to like reinforce it as you go? So that, like, right now, if somebody was to come and attack and hit those upper parts, they'd be able to crack the building in half from about midway up.
Yes, good point. Okay, this server has rating hours that are weekend only. Okay?
Oh, okay.
What's today? Today's Monday.
Monday now.
We started this project Saturday. All right?
Right.
There was nobody knew we were here. We threw this up. And like this was up already built like this, just not upgraded. See all that black ice? That's tier 3. That's as high as you can go as far as walls and stuff.
That's the black walls there.
Yes. Like, okay, let me find some. I'm finding some stands. Okay, here we go. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Give you an idea. All right, that sandstone stuff that you're working with right now is the first version of what we get.
Right.
It's oh shit. Ain't high enough. Right here's a good one. Right here. This is it right here. Look at the health points. 7,000, right? One trebuchet boulder is equivalent to 7,000 impact. One hit with a trebuchet and that's busted. So right. just so you know. All right. Come over here. Let's go up. This is tier 2. That's 35,000. That's the next tier above what you have. All right, tier 3 is this. This is tier 3. 70,000 hit points. That's as high as you can get.
That's the black one.
That's the black. Well, any tier 3. So Catan. This is Catan. Right. 7,000. Catan's just a different skin for the same thing.
Right. I don't have that
yeah, it's the DLC
expansion
and stuff. You have Catan, Black Ice, and Reinforced Stone. They're all the same hit points. Same thing, just different look. 70k. Alright. 70k plus 100,000 plus 70,000 wedge. So you got 100,000, 70,000, 70,000, 70,000, 70,000, 70,000, 100,000, 70,000, 100,000 there. All that takes, okay, when something hits this, splash damage goes throughout the whole column, right? It dissipates the immediate effect on the first thing it hits because it's got splash damage. Right. If that was the only thing that this was the only piece here was just an open standing wall and a stone hit it, it would take full impact. But since it's connected and honeycombed in such a close environment, now the splash damage is spread out and it's deducted throughout the column. So you don't take a 7,000 hit, immediate hit on that wall. It goes through the wall, to the column, to that. So now it might be like a 2,000 hit, you know?
Is it me or is that missing a wall?
It's missing a lot. I've just started this. Okay, this bottom half is completed. The top half's what it looks like without the outside walls.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work to get tier 3 like that, and especially this soon. And then of course how many smelters and all that stuff do you run? Like, you don't have one. You don't have one, right? Not yet.
I don't have anything. Right. I've been building shit in sandstone.
To run all our bricks.
That's the thing right now is the guy that I'm playing with. Like we got in, we started playing around, and
he got busy doing something else, and here you are
right.
trying to figure it out. I got you. But we're level 40s already running where the 60s are, and we're passing people up because we've been doing this over and over and over and over and over and over. So teaching stuff like that is what we do, and every bit of gameplay I do in this game is all streamed. So everything's documented. You know, I talk to my stream, I help them out. I have no problem with that. But yeah, I mean, I do this all the time. I was just seeing you playing, and I know where you were building. I wasn't gonna say anything because I knew you were wanting to be sneaky about it. But I tell you right now, if you're on a public server, and I tell everybody in my stream, everybody needs to experience that once. You ain't been there long enough to see it. But what they're going to do, they're going to see you building there. And they're going to let you build up just enough. And they're going to use one bomb and blow into your place and take your shit. It's going to be...
It's going to be funny because there ain't going to be no shit for them to take.
No, it ain't. But all that time you spend and you're going to be... and you're going to stop. You're going to sit back. It's like, damn. All that time, and they only took them that quick, and it's gone. Because it is that simple. Like this stuff that I built is not hard to get into.
And I can see how it's the problem that I'm doing it solo too.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
It takes forever to get it all fucking done, and then to know how to upgrade everything and what you got to do and where you got to go and all that. I don't know that stuff.
Right.
Like I've been trying to sit there and figure out, you know, what it is that I need to try and put in my house. Should I keep trying to build the structures and get everything built and then put everything in, or I'm not 100% certain. But
you're on the right track. You're closing your cave in, so you have a private.
Like even coming in and playing here with you guys. I mean, you guys have already got all this stuff done. So
no,
I mean,
actually,
is this like the first structure of? No. I mean, you guys have already like done the bulk of a bunch of shit.
Yeah, everything here, there's so much temp. Like that vault's temporary. The vault over here is temporary. These are dump zones. This is what we call our dump vaults. People that when like say you got 7 or 8 people working, right? It's hard. Like okay, you're building your wall. Somebody else can't come right behind you and just start throwing pieces up, right? Because you have an ideal, and that's what you work with. When you work in a group, you have to have job, so to speak. Everybody got a job. Everybody gets a job. And if everybody does their job, then everything gets thrown up in 24 hours like this. If not, one person, this would... Look, I'll tell you how many tiles are in this. I put most of them in. There's 636 walls on this tower. Okay? That took a long time to do. We did it all in tier 1 to mock it up and get some of this, because this is pretty complicated turns here. There's elevators in that, and some pieces, as you can find, don't like to click together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got to deal with that crap. And I mean, this ain't even a real, like, there's way better builds than this, but keep in mind we are RPing, so we had to make it look like a damn castle, but yet be able to take a hit, because this is a PvP server. There will be fights. I don't know how that's going to work out yet, because I've never been in an RP fight, but whatever. We're going to figure that out as we go. But we're still building it tactical to where it functions, but everybody has their own space and do what the hell they want. Once we get the structures up and running and the reinforcement, because this wall here is also going to be double thickness. Like, see the wall here? There's going to be a wall over here, and then every one of these lines, there's going to be reinforcement through here, right?
So is this? Here's my big question. What structure number is this for the clan?
This is 1. This is our first base. Those boxes right there, there was a small circle inside this tower, and it's became this. We've already tore the circle out and threw our stuff in these boxes on the outside to craft everything, and that's empty right now because we can't put permanent fixtures down until, like, the only thing permanent in there right now is the floor that Yogg's on. Yogg is up there right before you get to the top, right up there. Yogg is in there. Just like this floor here is now permanent. This is tier 3. Chitin. It's got a black ice because we're supposed to be dark, magical, like, right? So we put a dark theme on the outside. It's going to be all black ice tower in the middle. These towers over here, the two twins, they're going to be like a stone brick. Okay, they're going to be tier 3, but a different material. Okay, so the only black would be the column and the dark, wizard tower or whatever we're calling it. Inside, we wanted to change it up a little bit, so we're going to use the Catan because it's a little bit more decorative. Once it's all up and done, like these walls won't be just the only thing here. There's going to be, like, this will be probably closed off right here. There'll be doors, like, because when you have NPCs, they tend to attack people that aren't part of the party, right? The guild. So we'll have a door here. If there's NPCs that are out here and we invite somebody in that's ally or friendly or whatever, we'll take our NPCs, put them in these walls, and they're closed in. Close the door. They stay inside there. They don't attack nobody. And so that'll be closed in. There, whatnot. There'll be lots of stuff, furniture, and basically, throughout the whole thing. So there's plenty room for anybody to do their own thing, whatnot, theme it out, or even like it is, we can have 3 other bases. So, or learn, sit back, maybe take this moment. If you really like Conan, maybe it's a good opportunity for you to learn how things are supposed to be ran, to be efficient enough to actually go out and run solo. I know solo players, and they're good, but they were never started out solo, because you're gonna get wrecked.
Right. Well, and finding out that this is your guys' first structure, there's still 3 other structures that can be built for the clan.
Absolutely.
So, coming in,
you could go out. You can go out in the pasture out right below us. So if you say you built another structure, right? Like, say, for instance, just shit and giggles, like you picked out there somewhere, right? Out yonder, over there, up a hill or whatever. Do something else, because this is RP. Nobody's just going to jump on you. They're going to have reason. All right, so it's a little bit more slacky than what you jumped yourself into. Now, I don't know, was that a PvP server that you jumped into, or is that PvE?
No, it's PvP.
It's PvP.
I don't. Yeah, I'm an old World of Warcraft player. I go PvP.
Same here. Played World of Warcraft since it was in vanilla. So I did the same thing.
Did Dark Age of Camelot before that.
Yep. So I'm a PvPer, and that's what I do. We only here because I don't even know.
You gotta give us a little taste of your female here.
What about her?
Her voice.
Oh God, I don't even know how to make that work yet. I've been in mute since I started. Pretty much ain't talked on my part in the game. That's why I wanted the voice changing program, to be able to actually see if I could pull this shit off.
Lord, the female character was born mute.
Right. Or
she has learned how to lead her people very well through hand signals.
No, I was thinking, the first thing that come to me when we were all talking and bullshitting about it was, I don't know if you're familiar with this one cartoon. I don't know the name of the cartoon, but there's a character that plays like a bee, and then this doctor something's got 2 kids and shit, and the bee character in the cartoon has a really hot character as his wife or girlfriend, but she has a freaking dude's voice. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking the Bee Movie?
I was thinking the Bee Movie where they had the flowers and gave the honey back to the bees. No,
it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Right, Bee Movie is a cartoon.
On like Cartoon Network played it. It was
where they talk about black and yellow. Hello, fellow.
No, it ain't like that. Oh shit! I'm trying to think of the name. Anyways, this character, it was funny because his girlfriend when she talked, it threw me off the first time I ever seen it because she had this big old deep voice and shit. It was funny. But anyways, that's where we're at. And we haven't, like, that's, you notice the two outside pillar towers, they're not upgraded yet because we haven't decided, like, we need to kilter it, like bring one up taller than the other or something to throw it off.
What, you had to make one tower taller than the other?
Maybe. You know how some of those old castles and stuff, they weren't uniform. One of the wings would be taller than the other or whatnot. We've added, like, over here, these other pieces. That's a balcony up there too. Like, okay, let me get where I can show you. There's a balcony up there in between those.
I figured you guys could even go with the third and fourth tower, couldn't you? One in the front and back.
Yeah.
Have the 4 towers around the one main spire.
Oh yeah.
Because how many gods are there total?
5. And
yeah. And you're talking about Venture Brothers, bud.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, Venture Brothers. That was it. Somebody come
Watched
up
that
with
while I was in Afghanistan.
Anyways, yeah, we got we had the 4 on the outside because you can only have these altars so close to each other. And then the Yogg's in the center. So apparently this server is a god server. So you can have gods here. You will have to have god protection. So there's a defensive and an offensive use of a god. At least the priest that's God. If you have you watched any of the videos? Have you seen how the gods work?
I've seen the part where, like, you go out and pray to him and you turn into this big gigantic thing.
The big avatar, and then you get like 1 minute to do as much damage as possible. Well, for the defense of that god, you can also, once you use the priest and you summon the god, the avatar, the priest is gone. You don't have it no more. It's done. The arc priest is gone. But if you use the arc priest to summon a defensive bubble, you don't lose the priest. You keep the priest. The shield goes up for 48 hours. All right? A facility this size, the shield won't cover. The whole the bubble will not cover this entire place. So we have 5 different locations. Granted, that's 5 different arc priests that we have to have and stuff. But we're pretty efficient about getting our thralls and our stuff like that we need. So we plan on having all 5 altars upgraded to tier 3 and the priest by the time the weekend comes. We'll have this whole place bubbled, and not only that, since it's a magical theme, when you have a tier 3 altar, you get this big old nasty beam of light that goes in the sky above the place. So it's going to be freaking epic. When you have all 5 beams are different colors, because they represent different, gods. So you got all 4 on the outside and the 5th one in the middle. So this shit's all going to be shooting up out of the ground, going into the sky. So anybody that walks up on this thing, they're going to see all that. So it's going to be pretty intimidating from that point of view.
Would you be allowed to put up all those barriers, though? I feel like they might frown upon it because it'd be like making your fortress impenetrable.
Well, it's not, because the only thing the bubbles are protecting you from are projectiles, and there's 2 every bubble has a 2-stage bubble. The outside bubble, once the god touches the outside bubble, for every 1 second the god's in the bubble, it reduces its time up by 4 seconds. So from 1 minute, every time it touches it, if he gets in the bubble, so he still do damage. It still can tear up stuff, right? Because it only reduces its time very quickly. But if it touches the inner bubble, the one closest to the altar, there's a smaller bubble around this altar. If it gets near this altar, it's instantly destroyed, the god. So, but the other thing it does is the bubble also protects you from projectiles, like arrows and catapult fire. It does not protect you from people coming in with orbs, demon fire, grease, gaseous, or explosive jars. So, and to me personally, explosive jars are probably your biggest threat. Because if somebody gets in here and if you can't PvP them or stop them, and they get 10 or 15 jars down, they can really do a lot of damage. Okay, so the RP, and basically you RP up until time for war. Once war starts, I'm pretty sure it's just like anything else. It's PvP at that point. Once you're in battle, you don't sit there and stop to say, "Hey, I just poked you. You got to fall down, act like you did." No, it don't work that way.
Right.
So,
well, what time? You said noon?
It's 6:40 here. I'll probably get some sleep for a little bit, probably around noonish to 1 o'clock. I don't know. You're off tomorrow. You're off today, right?
Yep, today and tomorrow.
And then we'll get fired back up. There probably the morning crew probably be getting on here soon. Dave, he gets on early, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him start getting on and start filling all. What he does is he likes to do the farming. He likes to go out and get shit, bring him to start firing up stuff. Everybody does. In fact, he's on now. I just seen him. There he is, right there. So he'll probably start out farming, doing his thing, running around, checking out the area, filling up the smelters. That's just what Dave does. And then when we all get on, we start doing the same thing. I fire stream. Everybody is then, as you can tell, a lot of people watch, and that's not count. I peaked out at like almost 300 tonight.
And you're not partnered?
No, I'm not really shooting for it. I mean, it's people.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you do have to put the application in for partner.
Yeah, you got to do all that. I think I meet the criteria. I just haven't done it. Anyways, biggest thing is we're always constantly talking, working, figuring out stuff, and we're trying to get this stowed up, and then everybody do their thing, and then we're gonna build okay, check this out. This is what's gonna be kind of fun. I don't know if it's interesting you, but you do RP. We're gonna build a in-game economy. We're gonna make a trade market. So
between us and other clans, or between each other?
Us and other clans. So we're gonna have say you come in here and I'll deal with nothing but the leather and hides and trade, right, and stuff like that. So you'll have your own place to do. Let's say you'll have the tannery. You'll be in charge of doing tannery, all the tar, all the hides, the special hides like the elephant hides, the rhino hides, all these different types of hides that people need to make armors, right? And maybe even make armors. Who knows? But you'll have your own place and your own storage, and you have this stuff. And these people will come and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for this, blah blah blah," and you'll be like, "I got this, but I'll trade it for this." In-game gold.
When you craft armor, is it tagged with your name? Does it pop up crafted by?
No, it don't. Unfortunately,
that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Diablo 2 did that on RuneWords. Once you crafted it, it was named. Yeah.
Yes, that'd be cool. Somebody.
Oh yeah.
Somebody goes to pick the armor up, and it's
what you can do is dye it
bronze
the color.
Chest plate made by somebody. No, you can change
the color. You can dye it your own color.
Yeah, but then can't they dye it a different color?
They could, but wouldn't it be cool to see a purple person running around and put your gear on? Because I mean, you don't know, right? But there's all kinds of ways to do it. That I mean,
right? Kind of make it unique to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are there just primary colors for armor, or is there a primary and a secondary?
There's okay, if you go to your character and you click this one, let's go to chest plate, dye. This one's got 3, right? And if you go to pants, dye, It's got 3. Okay, so some colors, like a Defari set has 4 and 5 different colors on some of the stuff they got. So it just varies out through what kind of gear you got.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Well, then here's my tasker for you, sir. Well, first, who's the leader of the pack? I guess to say.
We don't run like that. Our group is equal. Okay, so there's obviously
somebody's got to own it though.
Yeah, Kippo, another PvPer that came over here and started the actual first base and said what he was doing. We agreed to do it with him. He fired it up, made the guild name, whatever. But it isn't ran like you have to mind us, blah blah blah. Everybody just works together as a team. It's kind of like it's kind of like, just everybody works together and does, like for instance, Gimp that's running around right now, his strong suit is not PvP. That's actually, that's Guts. He's actually the only 60 in the group. I'm kind of shocked to see him up so early. Because, anyways, Guts is, right now, he's the only 60 here because he was on this server before us. Alright, he joined the group because he joined from the stream. He was shot. He was like, "Oh shit, they can't. You're on my server. Blah blah blah. I want to join. No problem. Come on, let's do this." So he came over here and basically has been like the only level 60, so he can craft the higher stuff. Now we're catching up real quick. So, and that's another. Keep in mind, it's only taken us 24 hours to get to what I'm 49 right now.
Right.
And stuff. So. And I've been doing a lot of building, and when you build a lot of tier 1 stuff, you don't level. Doing your journey...
No, trust me, I know.
Yeah, you just sit there, you stagnant. But you're getting building done, which... Right now, it's been like 3 of us building and stuff, because the other guys just didn't want to. And that's not... Sometimes that's okay, too. But there's plenty of room to do the building / also... Look, he's telling me to go to sleep.
Oh, I can't hear him talking to you. I got your stream muted.
Let me see if this.
Just lay down. Like, do the emote, lay down, sleep.
Right. Let me see if I can figure it. I don't even see. That's just it.
R. Hold down the R button.
Relax. There we
go. It'll be relax and sleep.
But I'm still learning all that crap because all I want to do is all we were doing before, we build these unrateable bases and then go tear everybody else's shit up.
Right. Well, here's my tasker for you then. I guess. Well, first I had a question. The question is, what brought you to me to invite me into your guys' little world here?
Okay. I was shutting my stream down, and I usually, every night, what I do after I'm done is I'll jump on Conan through and browse. I'll see who's playing the game, and I'll do a quick scan of what they're doing. Okay, and I seen what you're doing, and you're building instead of building just a box, you're building your little circle thing, and I was like, you know what, guys. I said we're gonna raid this guy because he's not building square, and I didn't know how new you were or whatever. We're gonna raid him, and we're gonna go over there and just say hi, basically. So that's what we did.
So lo and behold, you find a noob. What?
Hey, I do this every night though. Every night. Not that I don't invite everybody, and I don't sit there and I usually I would have went to bed, but I seen that you had a couple things in common. You were talking about voice changing programs and stuff like that and stuff. Shit that basically same interest, right?
Right.
And then I found out you were on a fucking public server. And where you were built is a very high traffic location.
Big ballsy fucker. That's all I am.
Yeah, big ballsy person. Yeah, I understand.
But I'm absolutely for those that are still in my stream listening to him as well. He is not lying. Like almost every single building that I have come across all looks like a fucking Borg cube. Like almost every building as I ran through, just like I was a level 14 and I was up attacking Siberian tigers because I was just out running around looking at shit. And almost every single player made structure that I've seen on like the server that my character's on right now, every fucking one of them looks like just a big gigantic ass Borg cube. There's no anything to it. It's just a square.
But on public servers like you're on, what they do is they put 4 or 5 foundations thick and try to make it just as tanky as possible. Put it in a hard to get location and craft up real quick, get their shit built so they can go blow somebody else up before they get blowed up. That's what you do. Because if you try to build something neat and cool, then some jerk's gonna come and just tear it up. Just to do it. They're gonna tear it up just because they can.
Right, that's the griefing crap. That's the shit that I hated from.
And that's what's gonna
World
happen
of
to
Warcraft
you over there. Because that's how it works on every public server. Here's the deal. They know, and I know how they think because listen, I've played with these guys. I know how they think. They're gonna be like, oh shit, we got a noob over here building in the freaking cave. Let's give him a day or two to get built up enough to get him a little, and then we're gonna knock a hole in and take a shit because it's not gonna be that complicated for them to get in there. But they know you ain't been there long enough to have anything worth getting in yet.
But you got to admit, it looks good.
No, it does. It's cool. The ideal's great. Now you just need to be in an environment where you can actually do that, and somebody can't come beat you down unless you ask for it.
I showed you the outside of the other one that I'd already built up, right?
Yep.
I actually got a picture of that one. I like that one.
All right, I'm gonna shut this down. Mushroom. Let me get my character inside where it's supposed to be. That's another thing. Don't log outside.
No, yeah. It's,
not around this group anyway. You log outside around this group, they'll load you down. You'll be so unencumbered by the time you get up.
Oh, they'll just put a bunch of rocks and stuff on you.
Oh, God. These are temporary. We're using our outside twins for temporary right now. Until the inside keeps done, then everybody gets their own level.
And then what's the outside's gonna be?
NPC towers, so there'll be archers and whatnot on top of them. There'll be places for us to get, and if we do become under siege by anybody, you can get on top of these towers and fire back. They can't hit you. I mean, and they will take a hit.
Okay.
I mean, they are a defensive tower. I mean, that's what they are. And okay, a catapult can only shoot so high. But you can build your catapult to the moon. Like, catapults don't have to be placed on the ground. You can place a catapult on a structure. So what we build is called siege towers. If we're taking over somebody's castle, we'll go build a siege tower way out away from them and build the damn catapult so high that who cares if the son bitch can't reach them. By the time it gets to them, it'll be straight out of the sky, straight down. Boom. You know what I mean? And it won't hit them from a side barrage. It'll come in from tall because it'll be 80 stories tall.
Well, so here's I guess my tasker for you then. What we got to figure out is what's going to be a good job for me in the group, because one, new, so really don't know a lot of anything.
Teach him to fight, he'll be fine.
Fighting, I've got an idea of what I'm wanting to do, but it's gonna kind of be I don't know, I think it might be a little difficult. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't played all the way through the game to know how it's gonna work, but I want to be a decent archer, but at the same time I also want to be able to sling the bow and either come out with double blades or something to be a bit of a skirmisher.
Okay.
Again, like I said, Viking. That's kind of the
big axe, big hammer style thing. Right? Two-hander.
Well, either that or like an actual Viking skirmisher that comes out with like the 2 hatchets.
The only thing in game that you can run 2 hands on is the daggers, unfortunately.
Right.
You can't,
So then,
it's sword and board, axe and board, 2-handers, pole arms, which is the meta. We're trying to stay away from meta, which you see me right now with the meta on. The only reason I'm in that because I've been dealing with higher level NPCs at a lower level tune, so I got one of the best spears in the game. Won't be this.
What's the meta?
The meta is the spear. The spear, it's a spear meta right now. It means the spears are so OP, it's just insane. Go real light, lots of stamina.
You saw what I was running with.
Yeah, and you're fine. You'll be fine. You're playing the game, but when you play a player, like, you'd get wrecked. Because unless you can
I watched one of the NPC. It was an NPC archer. I was taking on, I want to say it was either 1 or 2 fighters and an archer. And like I took him out, like the 2 fighters, I took him out with not much of a problem. And then when I went after the archer, I got close to him that he put his fucking...
He put daggers on, didn't he?
Arrow away. No, he pulled out a fucking spear and damn near ripped the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, the spear is we call it the meta because everybody runs a fucking spear because you can poke and roll out, poke and roll out, poke and roll out, and it's just about who gets the best timing and stuff. Personally, me being the female character and in say my RP, I'm gonna be running daggers and probably a sword. Probably sword and board and daggers for this character, which is non-meta. But daggers can be pretty bad because they do a lot of bleeds. And I'm just going to roll that because I can play either one. It doesn't matter. But for right now, being so low level, I take the hits that she takes in the spec that she's in, she has to have something I can stay out of contact. Is that when she gets hit, it's like devastating. I mean, I've already been in the volcano. We have a thrall wheel established in the volcano at level 33. That's insane. We're getting thralls that one-shot me, and we're collecting them now. So
yeah, I think I'll end up being like probably axe and board and arrow then.
Believe it or not, the one-handed axe and shield is the best in the game. That's the best you can do in game. Far as like, if you're good at it though, the problem with the axe, it has a leap on its right click. It's a leap, so it's very predictable, kinda, but it's uninterruptible. Like that's another thing. A 2-handed sword. There's certain weapons in the game that the playstyle is uninterruptible. Okay, a 2-handed sword, once you get in animation, it cannot be stopped. That means it doesn't matter who's hitting you, what they're doing, they can't stun lock you. Alright, so that's another one that's pretty nasty. If you know how to play a heavy, I don't like playing in heavy. I personally like to build a roll. So I go for the high stamina pool builds, like a light armor, a real light armor, a lot of grit, and I try to get at least 30 vitality on every build because of the passive regen. But what was I getting at? The spear meta is the reason why everybody does that is because the spear does so much damage. You just poke, roll out, and you just poke somebody down that way. But the sword, it has a lunge. I don't know if you've ever played with a sword.
No, so far I've only really only run the axe and board.
Okay, the axe, you got different levels of how many times you click the attack, right or left. Like your left click, your little passive swings, those are like your light hits. Your heavy hit is the one where it lunges, slams, hits again, and then does a spin and does a knockdown if it's an NPC, like a player, like a humanoid, right?
Right. I've done that, killing the level 3 warriors and stuff, get them knocked down, and then I just turn around and jump on them while they're on the ground and start beating the shit out of them even more.
Yep, yep. And those are very good attacks, especially if you get somebody now in an open battlefield where somebody can run around on you. That's a hard time in attack to time.
Right.
So I mean, it's all different play styles. It's easy to teach. It's easy to learn. Um, it's hard to be good at it. So, but you can understand it and still not be able to, do it.
What's the server rules for like chat programs? Do you guys use like a Discord or anything to talk?
We use our own. Like in game, you have the talk feature in game. You've used it, right?
Right. I'm referring to, like, say you guys are all on playing tomorrow, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna jump in there and I'm gonna start running with them, and I create a character. How would I get a hold of anybody? That's what I'm trying to, like. Do you guys use a Discord to talk?
Yeah, we use
outside of the game.
The Discord that I posted. I gave you my Discord is the one they're using. Okay, our group is all in my Discord. I think I gave it to you, didn't I? And by the way, you're going to be in a group with a bunch of streamers as well, where everybody here streams. So I did give you my Discord, didn't I?
Yep. Sacred Gaming.
Yep. That's the Discord. You see Conan Exile streaming down there. Dealene is in there right now. Okay, so everybody's friendly. They all talk. Dealene is actually from my stream, I believe. Yeah, and like I said, I welcome everybody in my streams. Usually, they're allowed to join my Discord, come in, chit chat, bullshit, play games with us, whatever. Right. I'm sure you feel most streamers feel the same way. Some streamers will be a little bit more private because they've been attacked before, so to speak.
Well, and that's I've got safeguards against that. Like if I'm live streaming, I've got a channel that I can get into that only I and certain people with certain levels within the Discord can get into. But if I've got somebody in the stream that's like, hey, I'm wanting to play with you, and they ask and they go, hey, can I join and play and stuff like that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, come into the Discord. And they're like, oh, well, I can't get in the channel you're in. Right. Jump into the Discord and we'll pull you into that channel. That way it prevents anybody that wants to be a turd.
Yeah, come and interrupt your stream.
Pulling it up and, well, not just interrupting. I've actually had people come in and say a bunch of very, very inappropriate shit that shouldn't be said on streams just because the Discord was open. They popped in and for them, I guess that's their jollies.
Right.
Just like I've had my song requests get abused like beyond all belief.
Oh yeah, but the other attack I was speaking of is the old stream snipe.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get that no matter what, because if they're watching your stream, they can see you.
I've been pretty fortunate. Most of the viewers that watch me and the games I play, they haven't tried to snipe me. Even the enemy players from the actual servers that we play on watch. And like Kippo, for instance, he's the leader. He's one of the guys we're playing with now. He was actually from an entire another group that we all kind of fought and played back and forth and done that stuff. It's just he's a builder too. He loves to build big shit and stuff. So and what we're doing is when we're done with this, like this place that we really want something that the whole server is going to be like, holy crap, that's just crazy. Because what it's at right now is not where we're stopping. Keep in mind, we're adding to it.
Right, and like I said, you can still make 3 other structures too.
Right, and we're gonna make a community, the economy type deal. Have everybody have their own little thing. We just got to get up and running, and then all that's gonna fall in play. And these kind of servers here don't die in 30 days. Your official servers and everything die, pretty quick. These actually they're a little bit more life into one of these servers because it ain't build up real quick, try to kill each other type deal.
Right. Well, even after, get built up, you get into a battle with people, then you go back and you rebuild.
Right.
If
Absolutely.
you got your fucking ass handed to you, go back and regroup, figure it out, and do it again.
Yeah, House. He streams Conan as well. He's pretty quiet. So when he's streaming, you can always tell he'll be more quiet than normal. Uh, he runs. I guess he mutes his mic for Discord, and he's got it on push
Right.
to talk, so he can
So
talk
do
to
I.
it. He can talk to his stream and not interrupt the Discord, so to speak.
Yep, I do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
right now, every time I talk to you, I got a tap chat under my foot. It's a push to talk.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
But I'm gonna go up and lay down. Like I said, that would be the only thing I would suggest, especially if you're one, because and this is somebody that's experienced an RP coming for you, is since you're the one that kind of quote unquote met me and introduced me to the group and everything else. If you've got a bunch of other group members on when you get on tomorrow or later today, I always say tomorrow, talk to them and tell them, hey, I've met this Nordheimer that is interested in wanting to come and be a part of our clan. Do we have a job that might be suitable for him? So that way I have something that I can come into. If I come into it and it's a job that I either suck at or something I don't really want to do, that's when we can like RP the negotiation of what I'm coming in and doing. And I can always, obviously I'm going to show up with no fucking skills at all, but I could say that, I've got archery skills and either heavy sword or axe and board or whatever.
Or say a strong desire to become the best at archery or sword handling or some nonsense.
Hey, you figure out your lore and you tell us, and we'll roll with it. I mean, I don't know the RP thing very well. I don't. All I know.
Well, I'm just curious what my job would be within the group. Like what would be good for a noob to get into.
We'll probably have to discuss that tomorrow so I can figure it out.
Yep, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was going to tell you. That would be your one tasker, is so when I pop in tomorrow, I kind of know what direction I'm going to go in. Get a chance to meet everybody.
I'm
meet
still
the group,
trying to
do the RP part.
At this point, to be honest with you, I got one of the only chick tunes in the guild. Looks like I'm the kitchen bitch. Fucking is what it looks like to me. So
you're cooking.
I was gonna say something else.
Well, we're not. I'm a lesbian, so I'm safe.
Good for you.
But yeah,
I don't know. And you can only have one character per server, correct?
That's right. Once your character's created there, it's there. So make sure you take some time, get the shit right. You got time to create one, your name. Another thing, you can change your name. And the server rule says you need to have a first and last name, but some of us don't, just so you know. Okay. You might want to read the rules, kind of look at it a little bit. That way.
Oh, I'm planning on it
and whatnot. But
I'm gonna go probably get me a breakfast burrito before I go to lay down, which I know is a stupid idea, but damn it, I want a fucking breakfast burrito.
Right.
Yeah, I'll get it figured out. Hell, we might end up being goofy girls together. Who knows?
Well, you have the voice changing software. Maybe you can show me how to use this shit and we get it down, because my goal is I don't like to type a lot. I like to talk in game, and it's hard to do that on a rope. Before I just fucking talk. I didn't give a fuck what people thought my character looked like and stuff. But now I'm trying to make it fit and see.
Right. You want to make it all kind of work together.
Yeah. I hope it sounds like a fucking chickmunk.
Well, that's because I'm not using the female pitch. I'm using the custom pitch, which if you grab the slider,
you can change it
and figure out how you want it to sound. But yeah, I think the the chipmunk. That's definitely a bad one. There's the see, even the female. I think just because as guys we have very deep voices, so if we raise the pitch a little bit, it I don't know, might sound a little better.
One, remember you're trying to go for a Viking background, so the females probably don't have the light, happy voices. They have the partially bloodthirsty, ruthless. Do anything, I'll stop your hand off.
So pushing the pitch bar to the right or left makes it higher pitch.
The pitch bar, if you
take the pitch bar to the right, it will raise the pitch. If you take it to the left,
it turns you into a demon.
So this sounds like a female.
No.
No, that sounds like a chipmunk.
A gibberish chipmunk.
Wow. Holy crap, that's high pitch.
What about now? I guess I need to turn it on right.
More Theodore, less Alvin. Now? Now you sound like me. Okay.
So that's the female pitch.
Oh dear. Obsession, a thought for you and your friends and clan. You know how you're supposed to have last names, you said.
Yep.
Yes.
Why not claim those without a last name are named after the clan? So and so of clan so and so.
Well, the thing is that they want it. It's not a rule that they're pushing, but they want it to be in the name. As if you were to type, it showed the whole name. Like,
so like for me, in my other server, if you look me up, I'm Vicar Haggison.
Exactly.
There's a space in it. So VIKAR space Haggison. What?
I was thinking Satan, son of Satan, but okay.
You're funny, little man.
there is a guy that streams that has a voice changer now. I thought he actually just sounded like that, but now that I hear that sound, he's got some kind of program on it.
Probably. He's like in the Witness Protectives program.
Alright, well, my butt's gonna get to
now
bed.
I can hear the mic. See, now I sound normal to me. But to the rest of you,